highlight of the year on the PSA circuit. The 1995 title will be contested on the Mediterranean holiday island of Cyprus. In a country that relies on tourism as its main income, the world's top players were assured of a warm and genuine welcome. Nicosia, the island's capital, Europe's last remaining divided city. The Eleftheria complex, the venue for the Cyprus Deccan World Open. Although the World Open title is the most sought after, this tournament is part of the high-tech PSA Super Series, where points are accumulated in the world's top events. A glance at the current season show how Jansher Khan, the world champion for 6 of the last 8 years, is continuing his domination. Wins in every event this year make the Pakistani the hot favourite to retain his title and set a new record of 7 World Open wins. The second round gave us 2 major surprises. Number 4 seed Peter Nicol beaten decisively by Finland's Sami Elapuro. Bitter disappointment for the Scot, who had targeted this event as his main goal for the year. England's Mark Challoner, who had come through qualifying, ended Brett Martin's hopes. The world number 5 from Australia beaten 3-1 by a young player who is really making his mark in 1995. Australia's Craig Rowland was enjoying a good week. He beat 7th seed Chris Walker in the first round, and victory against Craig van der Vath gave him a quarter-final against qualifier Mark Challoner. Rowland, ranked 21 in the world, kept his composure after dropping the second game and pushed hard to regain the initiative. His 3-1 victory ensuring once again an Australian presence in a semi-final.
It's been a fantastic week, yeah. It's very fortunate actually, because in the first draw I was supposed to come across Jansher, and unfortunately Peter Marshall has been ill and had to pull out, and they did a redraw, and it's all started from there. You know, I got Chris Walker first round, which was a very tough match, and to come through and beat him, I was over the moon. And you know, the matches have got better every week, all day. Sorry, I mean, from Craig van der Vath, you know, it was probably beating Chris to go to Craig was a bit of a letdown really, because you know I was pumped up to play Chris, and then to go to play someone who's like 50 in the world, you sort of expected to win maybe, and I was sort of didn't play as well, but then you know to win was fantastic, and then to play again against Mark, who's on fire the whole year. You know, he's been beating everyone, so I was probably the underdog again today, and you know I just had to go forward and just attack and play the way I play best, and that's to try and volley and a bit of deception, and it worked for me, you know.
Jansher Khan took just over an hour to dispose of Simon Park. The defending champion was 13-6 down in the second, but he clawed back to win it 17-15, and then wrapped up a comfortable 3-love victory. But Khan felt some pressure after some of the upsets during the week.
Well, especially, World Open, this year is very important for me, because if I win this, that will be my 7th time, and then I will be broke Jahangir record, and I will make like a new record, in squash. And that's especially for me, it's very, very important, and especially, I have a lot of pressure. I'm playing many times British Open, World Open, but especially this time, and I have a lot of pressures. But I hope that's only left 2 days.
Khan's opponent in the semi-final would be Anthony Hill. The tough Australian was obviously very fired up against Sami Elapuro, and he never gave the Finn the opportunity to dictate matters. With Martin out, Hill had proved that Australia still has strength in depth, and his uncompromising approach to the match reaped its reward.
Got on court today and I just wanted to win so badly, and I went down and started to go down in the first game. I think I was 6-7-1 down. I was getting a little bit upset with the referee. I just kept getting strokes against me. I couldn't do nothing about it, and I just kind of just gritted my teeth and just dug in and just ran and got everything back and just picked the pace up, and that's it, I'm still catching my breath.
In the match of the round, England's Del Harris met the number 2 seed Rodney Isles of Australia. After 4 tight games, it was locked at 2 games all, and all set for a tight finish. We'll join the 5th, and it couldn't be closer, 10 all. Commentators, former world number 2 Chris Robertson and Alan Wilkins.
Well, this really is a golden opportunity for Rodney Isles, the Australian, a semi-finalist in last year's World Open in Barcelona. but he has a doughty opponent against him here, Del Harris of England. Rodney Isles, the world number 3, the number 2 seed, and Del Harris in the green shirt, the number 8 seed in this World Open. But it's been a week of upsets at the LF Thoria complex in Nicosia. We've seen Brett Martin, the world number 5, losing to the qualifier Mark Challoner. We've seen Peter Nicol, the world number 4, going out, also in round 2. Peter Marshall, of course, is not here. He's still recovering from his liver infection, and all his fellow professionals wish him well for a speedy recovery. But here right now it's Australia against England, and Rodney Isles, who has on his day all the shots in the book, against a very consistent performer here who's rediscovered his form.
Poor mistake here from Rodney Allen. Crucial stage of the match. Backhand drop shot off the back wall. High risk shot, ending up in an error. This has been a very, very close match. Every game's been tight, hard fought.
Yes, left, 11-all.
And if you go on the sequence so far, Del should win this, but under pressure and in World Open, Rodney Isles has got to be the favourite here in this tight situation.
Interesting serving technique of Del Harris. He stands outside the box, then he puts one step back into it. Great power from Isles, cross court with the forehand. And a lovely touch with the backhand, but it was down.
Again, a very high risk shot.
12-11.
Here we see a trademark Rodney Isles shot, called the Australian Boast. Waits for the ball to come off the back wall. Fakes for the drive down the wall. Tries to boast it up the front, but another error.
And another point for Del Harris of England. 2 points away
13-11.
from a place in the semi-final. What a cracking quarter-final this has been, and it's not over yet by some way.
Rodney's really got to dig deep now. He really does fancy his chances of making the final here, and this would be a big blow to his confidence for future tournaments. Here we see ball tight on the wall, Rodney coming in, beautiful technique on the backhand drop. Too tight for Del there. Got to try and squeeze another point quickly.
Can't make it. Rodney Isles concedes the point that gives Del Harris
14-12,
match point.
Big cut on that volley. Ball's not sitting up too much at all, and Rodney looked a little bit slow there.
That's a great recovery from Del Harris. For a moment, wouldn't have known where the ball was. And he's done it here, surely. No, Rodney Isles doesn't like it, but Harris is convinced he's won the point, and now he knows he has.
Full space there from Rodney. Del pushing him back in the corner. On survival mode, beautiful forehand drop shot. Rodney asking for a let, but not given.
And so Del Harris goes through to a semi-final, beating the Australian Rodney Isles in 5 sets.
I was up in the 4th, I was about 10-7 up in the 4th, and really, I almost thought I got it, and I was rushing and hit a few tins, and he played very well. Got in the same position in the 5th, 10-7, I was just thinking, don't let this one slip. Started to as well, he got back, and then luckily I had a few winners and got out. I'm really pleased. Everything's gone well at the moment, and I mean, to get to semi-finals of the world is such a bonus.
My personal view is no doubt, I think that Jansher's the better player now. I think as eras go and players develop, I think you always find the up-and-coming one nearly always is the one that is going to play better squash. Competition today is so much stronger, and you saw Jansher come up when Jahangir was still around, and I believe he's quicker. You know, he's the fastest player I've seen play, I reckon. He moves around well, and he's really developed a good array of shots. I think he started off a similar way to what Jahangir did, you know, he was a good retriever and then went on to you know, developing shots, and Jansher now is developing. Each time I see him, he's hitting more and more shots, and you know, he's so quick to the ball, he volleys well. I reckon really I'd have to go swing his way, I'm afraid.
It's fair to say that if anybody comes along that's going to challenge Jansher, I do believe that he will improve and will rise to that occasion. But the great debate has always been who is the best player, Jahangir or Jansher. And if you had to put me on the spot and you had to put them both at the peak of their games for a one-off match, I'd have to lean towards Jahangir. He was all round the supreme squash player, very much an attacking squash player. Jansher is very much a defensive squash player. I mean that with the utmost respect, but if my money had to be put on the table, I think Jahengar would win 3-1.
Running alongside the World Open, the Women's Grand Prix. World #1 Michelle Martin restored some family pride as she beat fellow Australian Sarah Fitzgerald 3 games to love in the final.
9-7.
This, the last major event on this year's women's calendar.
3 games to love. 9-7, 9-7, 9-7.
Two Australians, an Englishman and a Pakistani to contest the semi-finals of the 1995 World Open. For Del Harris, it's been a long road back to major tournament success. The former world junior champion has put in a tremendous effort during the past 12 months after a poor 3 years when his form and confidence hit a major low. His semi-final victory against Isles showing the determination he now has in his game. It's been a fairy tale week for Craig Rowland. Chris Walker, Craig van der Vaart and Mark Challoner all falling to a player whose game has blossomed with the confidence of success. The first ever major semi-final holds no fear for the young Australian.
But I'm not going to go in there thinking that it's all over. I'm going to go in there thinking that I'm going to win and be in the final against probably Jansher.
I think I'm just going to play my own game really the way I've been playing. Just try and keep the pace up and just try and rush him. I think I've been moving well recently, so I'll just do that basically and try and hack him off.
He's a very quick and dynamic player, and I think against Del you've sort of got to really weather the storm early, and hopefully frustrating because when he does go off a little bit, he sort of does get upset a bit, and hopefully I'll just be able to upset him and try and do the Aussie thing and outplay him hopefully.
Quite a match in prospect. We'll join the first game. Rowland has just got his nose in front.
Yes, lad. Yes, lad.
Little dispute. Del Harris, not the happiest man in this opening game, but there's a place in the final at stake. And Craig Rowland, the Australian, world number 21, has given the Englishman, seeded 8 here, a real fight.
It's been a superb tournament for Craig. Obviously to be in the semi-finals of the World Open is a tremendous achievement for him so far, but he's not really letting the occasion get away with him. He's giving Del a hell of a game here, and
12-10.
Very attacking player, Craig. Counter drop shot, quickly on the flick up, playing the unexpected second drop shot for the winner.
No net.
That's a lovely backhand drop.
No net.
Rowland leads 13-10 in this
13-10.
opening game. And Craig Rowland really is flying the Australian flag here in this tournament. Brett Martin, the world number 5, the Australian, going out to the qualifier Mark Challoner. That was in the second round. Peter Nicol, world number 4, he went out early as well. In a week of surprises, it wouldn't be a surprise here if this Australian, the world 21, beat Del Harris.
Yes, let 13-10.
Not on the scale of things that have gone on this week so far, and Craig's obviously well in form, coming from a victory in Cairo in the Heliopolis Open, moving through the tournament, defeating a number of high-quality players, and at this stage of the first game, he looks quite comfortable with Del's pace and pressure. And being a very attack-minded player, Craig can win the first game. It'll help his confidence and possibly lead to another upset.
Good control from the Australian.
Left.
Nice forehand drop shot from
14-10.
deep in the court, nice and
Game
tight.
ball.
Dell moving in, simple ball there, possibly a little bit nervous, trying to hit it a little bit too fine.
Game point to Rowland.
Down. First game, 15-10.
Just down, the mistake by Del Harris giving Craig Rowland of Australia the opening game in this semi-final.
The weakness of Del Harris is seen in this last point. Down game ball, attempting something that's really not on at this stage. Too fine, too low, an opening game.
First blood to the Australian. A crucial period ahead for Harris as we go to the second.
Del Harris with serve. And he has a 2-point cushion, but this is a game he really needs to win. Big game, that opening game, psychological boost for the Australian.
Oh, lovely shot there from Del.
13-10.
His racket work really is very, very sound under pressure. But you are right there, Alan. Can't get any more crucial for Del in the second game. I believe that if he doesn't get back to 1 all, I find it difficult to believe that he'll come back from 2-love to beat Craig. Very much a confidence player, and under pressure, a little bit suspect. This next couple of points is extremely important if he wants to make the final of the World Open.
That's just down from Rowland.
14-10, game ball.
So Harris serving to square it. Harris quite patient. He knows he's got game ball here and 4-point lead. Great retrieve. Well, Rowland had his chance.
Yes, led.
Good decision there from the referee.
He cleared.
You could see Del was
Yes, led. 14-10, game ball.
very keen for the referee to win that game for him and him actually not play the ball.
The left.
I think we can notice a little bit by Craig in this last rally that he's starting to tire a little bit. Del's pushing him into the back corners with solid drives. And Craig's struggling a little bit to get back from the back of the court to the tee in time, and consequently this game is very, very important to Craig's chances.
Down. And out, 11-14.
No cheap points here for either player, and good squeezing cross court from Craig, forcing the boast error from Del. Nice corkscrew shot there from Craig, not very conventional for a World Open semi-final.
Well, the engine isn't running as smoothly for Del Harris.
It's always a concern when you're 14-10 up game ball and all of a sudden your opponent pulls back a couple of points and you know you need this game desperately. It's really important for Craig to squeeze a few rallies here, force Del to play something that's quite attacking, ask him to win the game.
Great pickup from Harris there.
And Nugget, as he's known affectionately to his friends,
13-14.
absolutely piles that one away in the neck. Obviously not feeling the pressure of the World Open semi-finals very much. Maybe it's so new to him he hasn't realised what's going on.
Probably more to that than you think, Chris. When you're in there for the first time and with so much stake.
Yes, led. Yes, led.
Big collision there from two players. I don't think Craig was too keen to go down to that backhand corner. It's a long way from that tee when you're a little bit tired. A few bounces of the ball. steady play from both players.
Yes, let. Yes, let. 13-14. Game ball.
Again, that mid-court collision. Both players a little bit nervous, crossing the ball a lot. When it gets a little bit tense, it's very difficult to hit the ball up and down the wall tight. Consequently, a lot of cross courts, a lot of collisions.
Harris of England in the dark shirt, needing this point to square this semi-final at 1 game all. And he's been made to work very, very hard for it. Craig Rowland of Australia, the world 21, fighting for every inch.
Game 15-13.
But Harris has taken it, and this semi-final, the first of the semi-finals, stands at 1 game all.
Crucial point here for Dell. Bad cross-court volley there from Craig. Not very good shot there from Dell, but a reverse angle, leaving the court well open for the drop shot. And you can see the excitement on Dell's face winning that game.
Harris maintained his surge and took the third 15-4. He then asserted his superiority to win the match 3-1 and to reach his first Super Series final. And the second Englishman ever to reach a World Open final, emulating Peter Marshall's feat last year in Barcelona. Jansher Khan again has looked in ominous form, although he surprisingly dropped a game against John Ransom. He has cruised his way to the semi-final stage, that record-breaking 7th world title spurring Khan to greater heights. Anthony Hill goes one better than his quarter-final spot in last year's World Open and meets Khan without dropping a game during the championship. Having had a few brushes with the squash establishment over the years, Hill will hope that his play will do the talking. And in a week of upsets, he feels that he has a chance of spoiling Khan's championship aspirations.
Who am I playing in the semis? What's his name? I've had him a few times in the quarters this year and got a game off him at the British, and in New York he beat me 3-love there. I played quite well again, but he was a pace above again. But I've dug in, and tomorrow I've had three setters, and I'm feeling good. I'm really going to be booming tomorrow. He's going to have to play his best.
I play with Rodney Ellis many finals, and Brad Martins and other Australians, but I have always have a good matches with him, and I don't have any problems. And if it's Anthony Hill, I will just say, we will playing good, and if anybody playing good, he will win,
The match proved to be a stop-start affair, with both players looking for lets and strokes. Khan won the first 15-7, but it's a bit closer as we go to the second.
Anthony Hill of Australia.
12-10.
He will not give the Pakistani an inch. Jansher leading, but it's not absolutely comfortable for the world number 1.
Yes, sir.
Let. 12-10.
Pre-match boasts from Anthony Hill, but that's confidence, I guess you can say.
Yeah, Anthony's not somebody that will back away from any challenge or any physical confrontation on court, and
Yes, sir.
Let. 12-10.
here we see a nice little consistent run of lets and no lets. Different situations where both players are not that keen to get to the ball.
Down.
Just
And
down
out.
from Jansher.
11-12.
Lovely backhand drop shot. Jansher there with plenty of time, a little bit careless. It's an understatement to say that Anthony needs this game.
Yes, sir.
Is let. 11-12.
Anytime you're 1-love down against the world champion and down in the second game, you can't really give him 2-game start, let alone 1-game start.
And out. 13-11.
That's a very, very poor mistake at a crucial stage.
Jansher Khan, such familiar territory for him, but it's new territory for Anthony Hill. Never been in a world semi-final before. Oh, that's a cracking shot. Down from Jansher, surely.
And out. 12-13.
Yeah, it was, and you could see here, Jansher's actually stopped. He's actually motioned off the ball and admitted it's down. Unfortunately, the referee didn't quite see it that way.
Referee Jack Flynn of Ireland.
Stroke to Khan.
Stroke to Khan. And out. 14-12, game ball.
Slightly resigned look there from Anthony Hill, the Australian. A little comment came from the crowd as well. And Jansher is responding by, I think he's asking the referee, Jack Flynn of Ireland, just to speak up.
14-12. You won the rally anyway, it doesn't make any difference.
I think he's saying, Alan, that the referee didn't see the ball was a double bounce. He didn't actually want a stroke, he wanted the ball to be called not up.
Yes, left.
Yes, left.
I think what also is noticeable here, Chris, is just getting slightly physical there. That's part of the strategy, I guess, isn't it, from the Australian? Although Jansher knows exactly where his opponent is.
Very much so. Anthony's always been somebody that can get quite physical on court.
Yes, left.
Left.
What we're getting here is a lot of front court shots.
Game ball.
Jansher playing the ball in short and standing there, and Anthony struggling to get through to play the ball.
Game ball for Jansher Khan for a 2-game love lead in this semi-final. And Anthony Hill is looking for a miracle, really.
Did no way through, Jansher.
Yes, left.
You've got to give him more room.
Well, I think Anthony's possibly getting a little bit tired here now because he's a little bit sort of disillusioned there. Very difficult to give a stroke there because it was a very good front court shot and Anthony's a long way away from the ball. That's a good result. No lets there though for him.
And Jansher Khan well set on his way towards a final in this World Open.
Too loose here from Anthony. Plenty of time. Beautiful forehand kill.
Two love soon became 3 love as Khan wrapped up the third 15-6 and reached another World Open final. Now only Del Harris stands between Jansher Khan and that record 7th world title. Deccan World Open final. Jansher Khan in a relaxed mood as he prepares to possibly write his own chapter in squash history. Surrounded by his entourage, coach Mahmood, brother Moyabullah and friend Fahim Gul, the 26-year-old from Peshawar gears his mind to the task ahead. But what sort of final could we expect? Former world champion Jeff Hunt.
I think he'll get the record. He's playing good squash, and I know that Dell's going to fight very hard, but I'd probably even go so far as to say I think that Jansher will probably win it in straight. I think he's got to the final now, and I think he really wants to prove just how good he is on the day. And Dell's played fantastic squash to get there, but he's going to be pushing to get a game, I think.
Khan won the first game 15-10 after some initial pressure from Harris. We'll join the second, Harris just ahead. Commentary, Chris Robertson and Alan Wilkins.
Yes, left. Yes, left.
Well, this really has been a great final so far. Del Harris of England and the world champion, the reigning world champion, Jansher Khan. And Del Harris is making him fight all the way. Yes, he's a game down. But what an opportunity this is. Del Harris, only the second Englishman to reach a world final. Peter Marshall was the first.
13-10.
Great opportunity here for Harris.
No left.
Well, that really was an emphatic return from Jansher.
You see the door getting opened here.
Quiet, please.
Del realising how crucial this game is. And you are right, Alan, he's put up a tremendous performance. If he can just get this second game, we really are going to have some action here.
There's no let because I saw no interference. You could have got through to play the ball in the back of the court. Well, I didn't think you got through to the ball. No let.
The referee is David Stevenson of England. He's an experienced man. He refereed the 93 World Open final. That was Jahangir and Jansher.
It was a good decision as well. It really wasn't a let, and I think Dell's just possibly feeling a little bit of the pressure of the situation and trying to let the referee know that he's not happy with any call that goes against him.
Yes, let. 11-13.
I think physically Dell has improved so much over the last 12 months that to tribute to him that he's able to come back in this final and show that his movement is still very explosive. Great drive there from Jansher. Here's what he's all about on the ball very, very quickly. A lot of power, a lot of accuracy.
13.
And even the speed of Harris is not good enough.
Yes, let.
Yes, let. 12-13.
So much at stake here for Jansher Khan. Record of Jahangir, the great Jahangir, in the back of his mind.
No let.
No let.
And this crowd...
Popular decision, that one.
Well, they want Harris to square the final at 1 game all.
And I thought the door was going to get open there again for a while.
13.
He's thinking about it.
13 all.
I think I know an Australian who might have opened it.
He needs to settle down now, Dell. He still has a lead. Still has a chance.
Yes, let.
Yes, let.
Great shot from Del Harris.
13 all.
Precision.
I think Jansher knows the importance of this game. He's seen Del Harris play well before. He's had many hard tussles with him when he's had a good day.
Yes, let.
Well, that really was marvellous squash.
Yes, let.
Yes, let.
Right side, 13 all.
Let.
Look at disbelief on Jansher's face. I knew the door was going to get open at some stage. I just thought it might have been the last rally.
All right.
I think he's trying to make a point here. Do something about Jansher's movement or asking for lets. Trying to get a little bit of a psychological advantage on the referee, possibly.
13 all, second game, and Jansher leads by 1 game to love in this World Open final. Del Harris, the 1988 World Junior Champion.
No let.
A title he took from Jansher, who won it the year previously. Jansher Khan, the Rolls-Royce of world squash players, and Del Harris really trying to play on the same car park.
Good decision here from the
14,
referee.
13,
Del Harris
ball.
put himself in a bad position there. Loose shot. He wouldn't have got that, even if Jansher wasn't there.
Yes, let. Stop.
Yes, let.
And that was a good forehand drop by Jansher. Just not quite clean enough.
14-13, game ball.
Oh, that's deadly. Beautiful shot from Harris. And Jansher is called for set 3.
Set 3, 14 all.
Obviously, Dell's not feeling the pressure too much there. Off the serve. Beautiful forehand volley straight. Look at disbelief on Jansher's face that he wanted to play it.
Yes, let.
Yes, let.
And a sure sign that Jansher's feeling the pressure there. Not very keen to play that ball. Much more willing to let the referee make the decision.
It's tight.
Hand out.
Yeah, Harris knew the mistake had been made.
Beautiful backhand drop shot.
15,
so tight that Dell's
14.
unable to do anything else but hit it back at himself.
Yes, let.
Yes, let.
He's got to be very, very
15,
careful here, Dell.
14.
Trying to cross-court the ball a little bit too much and giving Jansher the chance to hit the ball straight and block him out down the line. Jansher's keeping the ball a lot straighter.
Down.
Oh, and that's madness.
Changed his mind, was going to play the backhand, turned round 180 degrees and smashed it straight into the tin.
Here we can see this. He's deep in the court, Jansher's well in front of him.
16-14, game ball.
The shot really was on a hiding to nothing there.
Game ball for the world number 1 to take a 2-game lead in this final. Great stretch.
He's done very well here, Jansher. He was down in the early part of this second game and he's come back to 2-game balls and there it is.
And Jansher Khan takes a 2 games to love lead in this final. He's just 1 game away from a 7th World Open title. And Jansher walks off court, still concentrating.
2 games to love.
His corner knows exactly how important it is to the great Pakistani to take over the record from Jansher Khan.
Clinical finish here from Jansher. Beautiful constructed point, pushing Del out, knocking the forehand drop shot in. Too tight for Del and 2-love lead.
Khan 1 game away from the title, but Del Harris won't give up the match without a fight.
11-12.
Jansher Khan, hands on hips, Del Harris fighting. Trailing by a point in this third. Jansher just 3 points away from that record 7th World Open title, but Harris is not giving it to him. It's a fabulous backhand drop shot.
12-all.
Trademark Del Harris volley here. Ball's loose. Good backswing. Cut through the ball. Lovely shot.
Madam.
Jansher getting Del Harris stretching. And he's just 2 points away from this World Open title. I just sensed that Harris's
12.
glimpse of confidence after that great backhand that brought him his last point.
I'm sure Jansher is very worried at this stage, Alan. I'm almost positive that he thought he'd go through Del Harris very quickly in this third game after winning that tight second one.
13-12.
And all credit to Del, he's come back firing in this third game, and speaking from experience, when you've got nothing to lose and somebody's coming back at you, it really does make it very interesting.
Great stretch by Harris, and again, the back of the court.
Tremendous movement there from Del. For a big chap, he really does throw his body around. Good flexibility, good strength.
And now it's the Pakistani who's stretching, and he's found wanting. Harris is clawing his way back in this final.
And out.
All to do with tenacious ability here from Del.
13-all.
Getting enough balls back, putting enough pressure on him, and even the world champion will make mistakes under pressure.
All square at 13-all, third game.
Taking his time here.
No sign of emotion from Jansher. There's an eagerness now about Harris. Oh, it's a fabulous disguise.
You see the ability here to use somebody's pace to pull in the wrong way. Del Harris moving to the wrong corner. Jansher holding it to the last minute, flicking it cross court.
He's got championship ball. Jansher Khan of Pakistan. The world number 1, the reigning world champion. And Nicosia in Cyprus, the Eleftheria complex, ready to welcome the record for Jansher Khan, the record that's held by the great Jahangir. Not yet. Del Harris of England, seeded 8 here in this tournament, is making the great
Set
Pakistani
3.
fight all the way.
14 all.
Went for the big forehand volley kill there. Could see the check, could see the trophy. And unfortunately, you got to hit it up.
And Jansher has opted for set 3 in this third game.
Yes, lad. Yes, lad.
There's a feeling there from Del that that was maybe a stroke.
14 all.
Poor drop shot from Jansher, didn't clear the path of the ball. 14 all in the third game. I'd want a stroke as well, I think.
Just a moment of respite there for Del Harris. Take a few deep breaths. Easy movement across court by Khan, and that was a lovely pickup at the back of the court from Harris as well.
That's very good. Both saw it good.
Del appearing against that ball, thinking they clipped the top of the tin, but it looked okay to me.
We both saw it good.
Here we see simple forehand, just punching it short.
15-14.
Every point so crucial.
Khan keeping his composure. 2 points away. Lashing forehand.
Yes, lad. Yes, lad.
It's always a worry when the referee's delaying in his decision.
And Jansher can't believe that one.
15-14.
It's exactly the same shot he tried to play on match ball a few points ago. Forehand volley straight. This time he hit it up. The let was given. Watch for Del to take the ball short at every opportunity.
Lovely
shot.
Jansher's stretch, not good enough.
And
Forehand
out,
drop shot from
15
Del.
all.
A lot of cut. Ball sucking on the floor and good stretch, but not good enough.
15 all, third game. And Del Harris is just hanging onto the edge of the cliff here with his fingertips. And Jansher is looking over the edge of that cliff. Can't get rid of him.
So tight, that drive.
And out.
So tight. Up and down the wall, good alley work.
16-15, match ball.
Difficult to play the ball off that,
Quiet,
that
please.
glass.
Quiet, please.
Especially when you're in the World Open final. And you're fighting for your life.
Match ball. Jansher Khan knows what's at stake here.
Yes, lad. Yes, lad.
Del's got to keep his cool here. He's got to stop worrying about
16-15, match ball.
Jansher standing in the way. He's got to focus. He's got to wait for the opportunity and take it short.
Jansher Khan with 6 World Open titles. The first of them he won in 1987 in Birmingham. Titles which have taken him to Kuala Lumpur, Toulouse, Johannesburg, Karachi, and last year in Barcelona when he beat Peter Marshall of England. And now Del Harris, only the second Englishman to reach a World Open final. Can he do what Peter Marshall failed to do last year?
Patient rally this time from Del, waiting.
Great touch.
Set up.
There's going to be a dispute here.
Pickups were good. All the pickups were good.
It's a point to Del there. Lovely backhand drop, nice and tight. Looked like a double bounce, and it hit on the front wall.
16 all, game ball, match ball.
Got a chance here now.
Well, it looks a calm exterior, but as great
Quiet,
a
please.
player as he is, you can rest assured there's just a little nervousness there, knowing the prize that's at stake. And Del Harris will fight for this point. Championship point for Khan, game point for Harris. And he's won it! Del Harris is in this final. Very much so. It's 2 games to 1 he trails.
17-16, game to
But
Harris.
he's not giving it to Jansher Khan. Well, there might be some consternation now in that corner. Is Jansher letting this slip?
Positive, aggressive play here from Del. Boasting the ball to the front of the court, moving in quickly behind it, guessing cross court, quick volley. Jansher not expecting that. Got to play another game now.
A great effort by Harris. On to the fourth. Khan has established a good lead.
No mistake in either player here, even though they're wearing the same kit.
Down.
Just down.
I think the exploits of the last two games have taken their toll on Dell. Tight ball from Jansher there, but
And out.
I don't know if he has a lot left to give.
Match ball.
And the great Jansher Khan has championship point for his 7th World Open title. Serving. Harris of England. Can't get to it.
No let.
That's it. Jansher Khan of Pakistan has won the World Open title here in Nicosia, Cyprus. And Pakistan is a proud nation today. Jansher will pray. These are very emotional moments for the world number one, the world champion. He's taken the record of the great Jansher Khan.
It's very important for me to beat a Jahangir record, but in the other hand, I also very happy to make a record for myself and for my country, because Jahangir won 10 British Open title, and my wish to win 10 to 11 year World Open title, you know, and already I won 7, and I left 3 to 4 years, you know, and I will just say, you know, it's very, very important for me to win the World Cup. You know, the competition is very tough day by day, and I will just try myself to maintain like that position for next 5 to 6 years.
Jansher Khan of Pakistan wins the Cyprus Detchen World Open of 1995, collects his trophy from Mateusz Detchen, chairman of the sponsors, and his wife, a moment which has put Jansher Khan into history.